Hold up. Wait a minute. Hey, this is Lorenzo, and I'm here to talk about. Here's the topic that I want to discuss today. All right, everybody, listen and pay attention, everybody. Here's something I want to talk to you about. The first of the question is: have you become angry and frustrated when a close friend? Okay, let me ask a question. Have you become angry and frustrated when a close friend or a family member often accuses you of exploiting the people in the past during school years? Okay, let me say it again. In the past, have you become angry and frustrated when a close friend or a family member often accuses you of exploiting the people in the past during school years? If so, how can you name 8 things that upset you when people and your family member or or a friend often accuses you of exploiting the people to in the past? Okay, you gotta at least name 8 things when that makes you angry, and name 8 things that make you angry and frustrated when a close family member or a friend often accuses you of exploiting the people to all right, number one, guilt tripping. When you want to start a project, you want to start a project at, you want to start a project at, workplace. Damn. Okay, let's say when you want to start a project at art class, my classmate or a friend accuses me of copying of his or her work, his or her artwork. That's what it says. It says this: when you want to start a project at art class, my classmate or friend accuses me of copying his or her artwork in the past. It says this. Number two. While paying so we're paying we're paying. That's time, man. Don't worry. pay your money for your lunch. So it says, while paying my money to Mr. Endery, my mom starts to accuse me of exploiting the people and blames me for not paying my money to Mr. Endery. That's how it's frustrating you in the past, right? All right. Let's say it happens, and when what gets you frustrated when people often accuses you of exploiting the people, discussing how accusations of past exploitation affect relationships. Discussing how accusations of past exploitation after affect relationships. Um, well, so it affects the brain that it makes you very frustrated, and with discussing this accusations and false accusations. During my time at Macomb Academy, my teacher or dean of students, Mrs. Brody, accuses me of exploiting the classmates, often bumping into a student, Whitney Fulton, which causes her to fall down. It frustrates me when I want to help, but she took it out on me. But she took it out on me. What are these exploitations are you talking about? And you don't have anything to say about you when people say that and stuff like people accuse you of doing something you didn't do. And okay, during my time at Macomb Academy, my teacher or dean of students, Mrs. Brody, accuses me of exploiting the classmates, often bumping into a student, Whitney Fulton, which causes her to fall down. It frustrates me when I want to help, but she took it out on me. For so what happened? I get so frustrated. I get so frustrated when I easily Oh, I'm discussing it now. I get so frustrated when my mother often accuses me of exploiting the people, of exploiting the people. When I fail to get good grades, when I fail to get good grades, and jobs, Miss, and that, ignores me, ignores me several times. Shoot, several times. I, when I need assistance, I throw my number and also, okay, let's see. It says number 4. I get so frustrated when e I get so frustrated easily. Get so frustrated, easily upset. When my mom often accuses me of exploiting the people when I fail to get good grades at a job site. That includes getting on people's business. That includes getting on someone's business. You know what I said? Miss Annette ignores me several times when I need assistance. I throw my binder at Taylor Swain and assault her. Paul Buckle throws me out of the classroom during my Macomb Academy days. So, my brother Larry accuses me of exploiting the girls and forces me to be single. If he will pick fights, he will pick fights with me. Okay, this is what happens when I say this. Let's say if somebody accuses you of exploiting the people to feel to and say that, let's say that if your older sibling often accuses you of exploiting the people, or let's say this, my brother Larry accuses me of exploiting the girls and forces me to be single. If I don't, he will pick fights with me. That's why it makes you frustrated when somebody accuses you of exploiting the people and there's no reason for you to get mad, right? And sometimes people will misunderstand you, or some accusations that make you frustrated at the time, and some people can make you easily frustrated at the time. When I discuss the frustration of being accused of exploiting friends. And let's start by number 6. The girl has a boyfriend, who I don't like, who I do not wish to date, but if I can, if I cannot, if I cannot, someone who is okay. This is what makes you frustrated. Buying time to get out of here. Get out of here. It says this number 6. The girl has a boyfriend who I do not wish to date, even if I cannot be with somebody who is in a committed relationship. It says my older brother Larry accuses me of exploiting her to have a crush on her, buying a time to charm her. That makes me feel frustrated. That's what makes you frustrated too. Oh, that's for number 6. The accusation is getting you frustrated. That's what happens. As such, Larry, my older brother, have our tensions, and agreements and disagreements, ongoing conflicts. Listen, let's say what happens, and somebody says that, as such, Larry and my older brother have our tensions and disagreements. Yes, that's why I get upset. I don't get upset often. Says the girl has a boyfriend who I do not wish to date, even if I cannot be with somebody who someone who's in a committed relationship. My older brother Larry accuses me of exploiting her to have a crush on her, buying a time to charm her, and such. Larry, my older brother Larry, had our tensions in the past. Larry will often hold on to the grudge against me and brings up brings up brings up the past about me getting and what happens and getting upset over girls over girls. It says right there, discussing why frustrations with family and relationships can be so hard. This is what happens. It says my older brother Larry accuses me of exploiting her and getting upset over girls who have boyfriends. My older brother Larry holding up a potential grudge against me for getting upset over girls in the past. Right, right there. That's what for number 6 right there. Discussing why frustrations with family and relationships can be so hard. So my daddy didn't accuse me of exploiting the people. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, that's between. Self times and or Okay, part 6. AI summary. When I try to help a friend who is very upset, when I tell when I ask a friend who what's wrong, a friend takes their anger out at me for things I didn't do wrong. It says a teacher assistant assistant teacher assistant accuses me of exploiting a friend, or a friend or all of my schoolmates isolate me and left me out alone. That's what it makes me frustrated. That's what it makes me frustrated. Number 8. Tensions heating up on rivalry. Oh snap! That was disgusting. Number 8. Working at sunrise. What? Whoa, so good. Of explaining now. Sorry. Okay, I'm do extra things like that. Jessica. Wow, wow, wow. It says this, while working at Sunrise Senior Living with the job coach, Miss Elaine, Nick Sobek accuses me of exploiting the people, which makes me frustrated multiple times. Megan Hall is being moody at times during her Macomb Academy school years. It says Jessica Joswick took it out on me for things I didn't do wrong, and that's why it makes me frustrated. Oh, yeah. By the way, I list 8 things when people or classmate or a family member accuses you of exploiting the people, which makes you frustrated. And then some people are out there somewhere, however. Some people aren't spreading the gossip about you, but they used to do that in the past, however. It says discussing how accusations of past exploitation affect relationships. Okay, it says discussing family member and friendship. It says discussing family and friendship frustration. Share your experience. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Extra. Extra. At the moment. It says extra. At the moment, me and Larry had a confrontation with one another. Afterwards, I often feel frustrated during the time I call my mom faggot ass B. Larry could curse, but I can't. I toppled Larry down when he tried to put me in a chokehold. I told my brother Larry I damn near tried, but Larry cut off me and asks me I'm going to apologize. I get enraged, threatened to kill my brother, but I really have spared my brother. I feel angry and frustrated when Larry accuses me of exploiting others, but I told my older brother some of my classmates accuse me of exploiting them, and some people ignoring me multiple times. Lucas Furton picks on me and forces me to draw some characters with headphones, though I refuse. Okay, here's another topic. It said that some people have often accuses you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers. And somebody of my school friends during the days of Macomb Academy used to often start being territorial against me for something I don't do. And I used to especially get frustrated when people often accuses me of exploiting the people for money. And at the time when I was a young man, sounded like Sydney had a boyfriend when I can't hug Sydney when she gave me a high five during my school days. They said that some people ignoring me during my Macomb Academy days. So I often get upset when some people had ignoring me. And Larry understands the feelings that used to understand my feelings. That some people had ignored me, and then I get left out more often. That's how that some people often some people accuse me of exploiting the people and to make me very upset and during my Macomb Academy school days. Though I find a better ways that I calm myself down. Some other individuals have often accused you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers, and some individuals have often accused me of exploiting somebody. And one of the school friends are unable to talk when somebody have bad days. And some of them have their bad days and stuff. They do not wish to talk. As the time go by, some people will often say that some other individuals would accuse you of exploiting somebody during the workshop. Exploiting things, not explaining things. What somebody else had to say, but exploitations. Exploitations. Discussing family and friend issues, like being accused of exploiting things. And somebody say things like people often accuses you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers. Never said anything about that, but I never want to do that. But I'm wishing that I cannot let that accusations get to me. What can I can do that? Exploiting the people. Exploit the people. Okay. Exploiting the people. Exploiting the people. Ah, it's something that happened. God damn. Larry Parker? Who is Larry Parker? I wonder who is Larry Parker is. Larry Parker. So you know what happens, right? Let's explain the accusations that. Can I discuss this topic? Can I discuss the topic when people accuse you of exploiting the people? It has sometimes knowing that when others accuses you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers. I said discussing accusations of exploiting others. Share your thoughts on the topic. I won. Doesn't matter to see that how far I've come. And yes, baby, yes. I love coming this far, but I cannot end the video. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, I love discussing the topic. So I do not have any experience of exploitation. People accusing you of exploiting the people. So that's nice to say. Well, someone said things like, don't worry about people accusing you of exploiting the people. The torment thing, the torment one another. The torment thing. share my thoughts on the topic. I wanted to share my thoughts on the topic. As you may say it, that can make you frustration. When you have start on your journey, some people will often accuse you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers when you become frustrated repeatedly, like false accusations, misunderstandings, betrayals, everything like that, bro. I said that some it's part of life, and when somebody accuse you of exploiting people, like, oh, you did that, oh, you did that, that makes you frustrated, right? And somebody is into it right now. If somebody accuse you of exploiting the people while out at the workshop, you can't get upset, right? It does not mean that when people get upset, and some people may blame you for something you didn't do in life, and that as a fact, you can say that some people often accuse you of exploiting the people, the exploitation that you didn't do wrong. You can't get mad, right? This is how things work, right? This is how things work, right? Some people might think that you did something wrong, and when you start doing a fantastic job, and some people often accuse you of exploiting people, and doing people you didn't do anything wrong, and they say that you were sorry, but you did not seem to be sorry. Ah, shit! I might try you, motherfucker. Oh, not nice. Exploiting. So you recently went live together, as you may know. I think that somebody else would may have to say people will not be able to make it. Uh, Discussing feelings of frustration with false accusations. Share your thoughts. Okay. It says right there, thoughts. While working at McLaren's hospital, I began crying when Caitlin Cullen cuts me off, shushes me, and manipulates me multiple times, pushes and shoves my elbow. Caitlin gets into arguments with me. Caitlin Cullen accuses me of exploiting Joanne, which makes me angry and very frustrated. Because I received stop and think sheets multiple times when I've been accused of exploiting the people. And, that's why it makes me frustrated when my mom started yelling at me and accuses me of exploiting the people, like to spend money on girls, but I don't do that. Said that I can't be in a relationship at a young age. And I cry when I get frustrated by the torment of my mom. I get frustrated by the torment that I go through in the past. Like mom accuses me of exploiting the people to pay money to Mr. Andary, and since the accusations, torment, manipulations, frustrations, accusations, misunderstandings, everything. That's how it makes me frustrated. That's how it makes me frustrated. Personally, some people are trying to run away because when people like to accuse me of exploiting some of my classmates, like I want to spend money on girls, and I don't do that. But I don't do that. other than that, I wanted to say this. That people will accuse you of. I think that I get frustrated. When somebody accused me of exploiting the people um to fill their coffers. Try to think that I should hide something. Said that I was forced to take misinformation. I was forced to take rumors seriously by my other peers at the work. That's how it is. That was nice, isn't it? And you know what? Let's discuss the topic when you get frustrated when people accuse you of exploiting the people. All right, let's stick with the topic. First explanation, and when people accuse you of exploiting the people, sometimes that Miss Ladusky always ignores me when I try to talk with her and at Macomb Academy, and some girls ignoring me all the time, and people she ignores me all the time, and like some people often accuses me of exploiting the people in my past. People often accuses me of exploiting the people to fill their coffers. I know that some people ignore me, and exclude me in the past, and some people keep me from functioning. Discussing being falsely accused of exploiting the people. Wow, that's matter. That's all that matters. Curtis Johnson. When somebody has said that people accuse you of exploiting the people to fill their coffers, that's not how accusations started. When you get exploited. I'm not in a good mood to talk right now. Mm, time to get this money. I'm gonna be that fine man. God. Damn, I know you're. Goombas are coming after you during the race in Mario Kart world. Yeah. Ooh, that's what I got. So man. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day. Be safe now. Love y'all.